Gente, creo que me dan ganas de completar otro algo. No, no del mundial, gracias. Pero, oigan, ¿qué pasó con mi overlay? Un momento, quiero saber lo que pasó. Mm, ¿mm? Muchachos, bienvenidos a Ace Attorney Investigations una vez más. Pero esta vez no vamos a hacer este caso, porque ya hemos completado el primer juego de Miles Edgeworth y es momento de darle inicio a Prosecutor's Gambit. A ver qué diablos nos depara, qué cuenta esta secuela, dónde se sitúa, qué sorpresas tendremos, superará lo que tendremos, lo que hemos tenido en la primera con la red de contrabando del... ¿Tenía un nombre esa red? Bueno, pero tenía que ver con ello y el Yatagarás. Así que vamos a ver qué pedo. Episode 1, Turnabout Trigger. Here it comes, the presidential plane's descent. It's making its final approach and lands right on. Just listen to that crowd. Welcome, Sengfa. Welcome, Mr. President. Oh, Sengfa, donde el país de Langse. Other friends and allies, I am here. The oldest criminals that dogged my beloved nation are no more, thanks to the prosecutor's office of your great country. You have our most heartfelt gratitude. However, friends, do not forget the battle against evil regions. Here today, I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with that righteous hammer of justice! Call the prosecutor's office! That man says we're here right away! If anyone can solve this, he can! ...25 de marzo, 2:46 de la tarde. ¿Lago Calabaza? ¿Cómo? ¿El mismo lago Calabaza donde se dio el caso de Yanni Yogi? Court Lake, Spectator Area. The news must be halfway around the world already. After all, it's not every day an attempt is made on the life of a nation's president. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor. I came as soon as I got the call. The moment the phone rang, I knew it was serious. Mr. Edgeworth! Thank goodness you're here, sir! This is Dick Gumshoe, a detective with the local precinct. He's the one usually assigned to my cases. How is the president, detective? We still don't know, Mr. Edgeworth. The medics just boarded the plane a few minutes ago. I see. I hope he's alright. And I suppose you better show me the scene of the crime instead. You will talk in English? Yes. Right away, sir. Hey, I say hey. Yeah, you, Ruffles. Hey, say hey. Who's that? Mujer, hombre. You're the prosecutor. You're the prosecutor in charge of this here case, ain't ya? Wanna give me your first impressions? Anything to strike yours. Y'all ask God. No comment. That's a gumshoe. With me. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't be like that. Mr. Edgewood, wait for me. Now, detective, I'll need the facts of the case in as much detail as you can give me. Well, the scene was right here at Guard Lake, as you already know. A bunch of people were gathered to welcome the president of Sengfa. Lee Jung-wan. Yes, I read about his visit. It's been all over the news for days now. Newspaper clipping. Special report about President Lee Jung-wan. Ok, tenemos acá el recorte del periódico acerca de la visita del presidente de Sengfa, Lee Jung-wan. It was raining until just before he landed. Luckily it let up and he went on the stage as planned. And then, smack dab in the middle of his speech, bang! A gun goes off and everybody runs for cover. Terrified for their lives, apparently. Apparently? Truth is, I only just showed up myself. I don't know a whole lot more than you do, sir. There was someone on short notice as well. There was, right in the middle of my day off. I was at the office taking advantage of the peace and trying to prepare for my next case. And then the boss himself calls you to the scene. Never a dull moment, huh, Mr. Edgewood? The boss? Yeah, Chief Prosecutor was right here in the park, so the whole thing. First change he got, he yelled at the top of his lungs. Let me Edgewood right away! He's the only man for the job! Something like that. I see. Oh, they cordoned the perimeter of the park off as soon as it happened. You'll be happy to know. So our would-be assassin is still here somewhere. Good. Now all you gotta do is find them in the middle of that crowd before they strike again. You're right. We don't know what else our culprit might be planning. These people are in danger. We don't have a moment to lose. Let's begin with the basics. And search every inch of the crime scene for clues, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Precisely. The president was shot at, which means a gun was involved. That's our first clue. President was shot at. Security was tight for President Wang's speech, but he was still shot at somehow. La seguridad fue robusta para el discurso del presidente Wang, pero igual hubo un disparo de alguna forma. Alright. Duly noted. Detective Gumshoe! How exactly was the security detail surrounding the president's speech organized? Well, sir, our officers were mainly focused on securing the perimeter of the park. The president's people took charge of the rest. He has his own team of bodyguards. See those guys over there? Maybe we should ask them a few questions? If I want to talk with them, I'll need to walk over and press this button. Can I help you? You're one of the president's bodyguards, correct? Could you tell me how his security detail was arranged during the speech? Two of our senior operatives were attached to the president. The rest secured the stage. This isn't our first rodeo. Anything suspicious in that crowd, and we would spotted it right away. I see. So the president's security was tightly orchestrated for the duration of his speech. Event security. The president's security detail was on the watch throughout for anything suspect. Let's investigate further. We should speak with other witnesses and continue to look over the crime scene. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. So, that's how you all go about it, huh? Sure is something. Seeing the pros at work. Care to share a little about what happened to that information once you got a hold of it? High standards. This one seems persistent, but I can't afford to get distracted. Hey, Ruffles! I asked you a question, dang it! What happened next? Well, we put all the information together and tried to find connections, right, sir? Detective! Don't be so hard on that poor guy. So, connections, you say? What next? ¿Ves en los hermanos perdidos de Mr. Big? Well, I guess you'd say we connect the dots, connect one piece of information to another. It's Mr. Edgeworth's forte. He's a logic master. And I can view what information I have with this bottle, and then connect them with that bottle. It's right now. Just a quick press of that button, and we'll be down of the path of logic. ¿Qué de una? Despite the president's tight security, the perpetrators still managed to carry out their attack, completely undetected by a contingent of highly trained bodyguards, no less. Don't mean feat. This would have taken some serious planning. In other words, the assassination attempt was almost certainly premeditated. Assassination attempt. The president was targeted during his speech. A premeditated attack. Es que supongo que hay una revista que está dirigido para los que tienen un fetiche por las espaldas. That's the stuff, Mr. Edgeworth. The old logic never fails, huh? Indeed. All we need to do is find the right clues, then make the right connections between them. Make the wrong connection, however, and we'll only wind up farther for the truth. Which means I must make well-reasoned connections if I intend to draw logical conclusions. Empieza la investigación. Let's get this investigation started. Let's examine anything that looks suspicious. Examine things. I simply need to walk up then and press this button. And if I wish to speak with the detective, I should use this button. Yes, sir. A ver, vamos a hablar. Well, the rain stopped. It was falling right up until the president got here. Even the beast has left. Barely a cloud in the sky. ¿En serio? ¿Tanto me demoré con el Ace Attorney? Válgame. You sound disappointed, detective. I was supposed to be fishing. Right here on this lake, in fact. And the big ones only come out when it's wet. But the park was sealed for the president's visit. No regular use allowed. You know the rules. Espérense, déjame ver. La única forma de descubrir cuándo fue la última vez que jugamos esto es justamente viendo el logro que saqué. Un poco más de medio año. La última vez que lo jugamos fue el 2 de noviembre.
Nothing regular about reeling in a whooper, sir. This was gonna be special.
Our ideas of special might be rather different. Reconcilably so, in fact. This is what he thinks about at a time like this. Detective Gumshoe, you remember how to properly conduct an investigation, don't you?
Sure I do, sir. First off, you gotta gather information, all the intel you can. Examine every nook and cranny. Talk to every single witness.
Both of which I can do with this bottle.
And if you get the chance, ask him about the evidence. Which means diving into your organizer and presenting it to them.
And open my organizer with RB. And present evidence with that bottle.
I've been with you a while, Mr. Edgeworth. I ought to know this is done by now.
Yes, you ought to. What is the officer here taking pictures of, Detective?
The wig will be crushed beneath the brightest hammer of justice.
The wig will be crushed beneath the brightest hammer of justice.
Looks like he's reading off these papers here, Mr. Edgeworth.
For speech tips number 3. Speak slowly and confidently to win your audience around. Hey, this is good stuff. But I get a shot of this one too. Instead of focusing on that speech, how about you focus on your work instead, officer? Have you found anything of note, officer? No, sir. Not a thing. No fingerprints, no footprints, nothing. That is to say, none that stand out, sir. Not after everybody touched and walked all over everything. Detective Gumshoe, did he sound pleased about having no evidence to catalog?
I'll speak to his commanding officer about it, sir. Salary reviews coming up soon and all. No! I was as surprised as you, sir, but there's no mistaking it.
It's the Steel Samurai! Otra vez! Steel Samurai, Warrior of New Old Tokyo. It's a popular TV show. Old, young, it doesn't matter. It truly has something for everyone.
Beat me why they had that Steel Samurai balloon at a welcome party for a foreign president.
It is a little odd, although, now that I think about it, what better hero to represent our nation? I must discover this scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
Breaks your heart, don't it?
It does. What villainy could have befallen him?
Witnesses he popped up right about when the gun went off.
Which would strongly suggest that the bullet struck the balloon. Popped balloon. Popped the moment the gun went off. Burst by a bullet? Ok, se puede asumir que el samurái de acero fue desinflado por culpa de la bala. Y de hecho, ahí ya veo un agujero de bala.
Looks like we got a case of cold-blooded samurai murder on our hands.
This is sacrilege. I won't rest until the culprit has been apprehended. Detective, we cannot let this vile assassin escape.
We won't, sir. You can count on it.
Steel Samurai balloon. They start out floating to the right of the lakeside stage that has since been popped. It's the flag of Senkfa. The key motive is a blazing red phoenix. Wait, what's this?
Something the matter, sir?
You don't see it, detective. There's something unusual about this flag. Compare it with the one on the other side of the stage, if you will.
Oh, that's a beauty right there. Just looking at this flapping in the wind, it's immaculate.
Exactly, which is how a flag should look. And yet, we see quite a different picture. One thing in particular stands out, don't you think?
Right, of course, is it, Guy, give up. Come on, spill the beans.
You can lead a horse to waste water. I'll just have to move the cursor to the problematic spot and highlight the difference. Look closely. Digo, un momento, muchachos. La almohada. Ah.
Ooh, look at that. You're right, sir.
I know the burn marks around the edges. That's a bullet hole. There's no mistaking it.
A bullet hole? So you're saying a bullet went through this flag?
Flag with bullet hole. Located to the right of the stage. Pierced by a bullet. I think I've gathered enough information for the moment. Time to put the pieces together and see what we can figure out. Back with the bullet hole. Boom! There is a bullet hole in the flag, and it seems highly likely the balloon was popped by a bullet too.
Which means 2 shots were fired, right there.
Possibly even 3. The president was shot at as well, remember. Equally, the hole in the flag and the hole in the balloon could have been made by the same bullet. What we need to know is how many gunshots there were. Investigación completada. Alright. With Raffles! Raffles! You figure something out, huh? Care to share? Which es mujer. Care to share? Who exactly is she? And why does she keep shouting at us?
Robert Nagger, I guess. Seems pretty interesting in the case.
Come on, give me something here. We don't need to speak with some witnesses to find out how many gunshots there were. Aye. Let's see if she can tell us anything. There you yeah, there you are. Tabloid, at your service. I'm looking into the case for, well, that's for me right now, but... Looking into the case? Miss Lloyd, was it? Miss Lloyd, well, what can you tell me? Any exclusive details you want to share? How about the perp? Have they made any demands? What about them? The Ruffles? Where does a feather by a cravat like that?
Will you be quiet for a moment? I'll be asking the questions here.
Hank, I'm sure I thought I could get me something juicy for my piece.
I need to know about the shooting. Can you tell me how many gunshots you heard?
Why, I most certainly cannot.
I beg your pardon.
I can't just be handing out lead for free. That's my livelihood.
Oh, come on, don't hold out on us. We all gotta share something.
Me? Hold out on you? Well, if y'all gonna be like that, I'll be moving right along. Goodbye.
Wait!
For what exactly, huh? If you got nothing for me, I'm gone.
We're first out of moves here.
Out of moves? I wouldn't be so sure.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgewood?
As you know, detective, I like to play a little chess. Uy, aquí viene la mecánica del prosecutors. A ver. What does one do in chess when an opponent adopts a defensive position? Why? The board offers any number of options, but some are more effective than others.
Sorry, sir, but this is all going way over my head.
No matter how impenetrable an opponent's defense may seem, it can always be overcome. Watch and learn, detective, as I shatter my opponent's resolve with the power of words. When attempting to draw out an entrenched opponent, one must employ certain tactics. Let us picture the board and see if we can anticipate our adversary's next move. Now, we must analyze the state of play.
You ain't getting nothing out of me. Not until you give me something in return.
My opponent has dug herself indeed. Her defenses won't be easily broken. They can't afford to try her patient by taking too long to plot my next move. In other words, I must be conscious not just of my strategy, but also of the passing of time. That said, I can't afford to waste word either. In fact, it can pay the dividends not to. If my opponent gets too agitated,
If you're fixing to ask me something, would you think well ask it already?
I may be able to gain a tactical advantage by calmly biding my time. Then, when I see a crack in my opponent's armor, I pause. I should begin by finding out what it is that she does. Alright, and to make my opening gambit. Wait a minute. Why did you begin by telling me about what you do?
Sure. I could totally not do that. Think I don't know when to keep my mouth shut? That's my job.
Is it that? So you do something you want or can't tell anybody about?
Shut up! No breaker if that's what you're insinuating. I'm not abiding everyday citizen, and you got no reason to say otherwise.
Forgive me, I meant nothing by it. If it's something you can't tell me about, I imagine it must be very important work indeed.
Huh? Well, I'm sure I guess. Leastways, it will be once I back me my first big scoop.
I see. It's a scoop you're after. So you're a journalist, is that correct?
Damn! Sure, I'm your friendly neighborhood reporter. A hungry scab on the beat.
That's the mystery of what she does for a living soul. Perhaps our hungry young cub has gathered information vital to the case. Let's make that our next line of inquiry. When the opening moves conclude, the mid-game approaches. What else does she have to tell us? You're a reporter, which means you must have been making a record of some kind.
You have more questions, you gotta give him something first. That's the deal.
I'm not in the habit of making deals. Now tell me what I need to know.
Sorry, Ruffles, can't help you.
I don't have a clue as to how to push the conversation forward. I'll have to try another tack. At the time of the incident, were you present at the scene of the crime?
Come on now, Ruffles. You ain't gonna give the little old tabby something first.
Absolutely not!
I ain't giving you nothing neither. You think I'm a sucker? Think again.
Don't you see? There's nowhere left to hide.
I'm not really sure if you're getting up here, Ruffles.
Curses! I should have picked my words more wisely. It's more effective to buy my time to more agitated or accept my opponent's seems. And when they're vulnerable, that's the time to go on the verbal offense. Okay.
Come on, this is my career we're talking about here. You gotta give me something.
Exactly. The more you know, the more you might find yourself in danger.
I ain't scared. I'm a pro. It more's the sound of a little gunfire to face me.
You may be a pro, as you put it, But I have discerned you still a little wet behind the ears. You say you heard gunfire, which proves you weren't here at the time of the crime. Therefore, you must have seen something.
Double tank. Fine, I was here. I saw it. I'm the reporter on the big speech. One of reporting on the hearing. And you won't get no more out of here than that. I'm done with your tricks, Ruffles.
She came to report in the bed. You must have made a record of some kind. A record I would very much like to get my hands on. It's quite a clue as to where to take the conversation next. Your report. How to deploy my clue. No self-respecting reporter would leave the house without a means of putting things on the record. So tell me, Miss Lloyd, where is yours?
Wasn't made a record. I told you I'm a pro. Let me wear my shoes around.
Hola y adiós.
Which is why I'm not about to just hand it over to the first person who asks me.
I'm not just anyone, young lady. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
You young lady, me. You ain't getting it, no matter how many times you ask. Understand, don't you, Ruffles? Ain't nothing personal.
I understand that your job is a difficult one.
You do? Well, ain't that sweet?
And in such a competitive field, you must sometimes doubt that you will ever succeed.
Nah, I'll complain you for. I'm sure of it, yeah. It's as long as I got my trusted tape recorder, I'll always be ready to nab me a scoop.
Intriguing. A young reporter, hungry for success. So dedicated to her craft that to leave such an important event unrecorded would be unthinkable. And indeed she did not. She committed the entire event. The tape!
This has come to messing with my big brain. Fine, sure, I recorded the whole dang thing. It's all right here. You got me, okay?
Checkmate. Es un poco complejito, ¿eh? La verdad sí está un poquito... Y adiós. O sea, la cosa es ir, pero... Tenemos un cronómetro para poder... Bueno, un temporizador para poder hacer las preguntas necesarias. Y justamente cuando encontremos algo que nos haga dudar, o sea, algo como que una especie de objeción, ahí es donde recién vamos a donde la ficha. No es así de fácil que simplemente sale la ficha y ya, pum, atacar.
You're something else, Ruffles. I was trying to be all strong and silent, but you had me singing like a canary.
Never mind that. Now play us the tape. It should finally tell us how many shots were fired.
Fine, you can hear it, but I got conditions. You played me like a fiddle, Ruffles. Only the chief ever played me so good. So you gotta agree to be chief number 2 and be mentored to a rising star, aka me.
Chief number 2, huh? Kinda like a second parent. That's a big responsibility, sir.
And one more thing. I'm an exclusive reporting right for the first 24 hours. Come on, you gotta say yes. What kind of mentor wouldn't give his star pupil the exclusive, huh?
Oh, es cierto. No se ve nada. ¿Por qué? A ver, déjame ver. No me ha salido nada. ¿Por qué? Silverbot no lo ha detectado, pero nada, nadita. A ver, déjeme ver. ¿Qué demonios con la emisión? Perdonen a los que no les haya leído, pero déjenme ver qué fue lo que pasó. ¡Ah, no! Ah, tú estabas preguntando. No he escrito nada. Tranquilo. Si lo tuyo era pregunta, no, tranquilo. No pasa nada. No, escribieron en Twitch, pero como era spam, entonces yo ya tengo mi código en StreamerBot que hace baneo y acto seguido todos los comentarios que pertenezcan al usuario baneado desaparecen del chat.
It's a difficult woman to refuse, and I need to hear that recording. 24 hours is more than I can promise, but the story is yours until the case is solved.
And the job of chips number 2?
I think not.
You're no fun, but I guess a girl can't have everything. All for the sake of the scoop, huh? Alright, you got yourself a deal. I got exclusive access to start and write the second Ruffles.
Good. And our first order of business is to listen to that tape. Honor friends and allies, I'm here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals that doubt my beloved nation are no more. President's speech.
President patiently addressed the assembled crowd, as if trying to shake off the reports of the declining popularity by sheer force of will. But there's me, can be a little like commentary to set the scene. Meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? It's a pretty place to be able to put the whole Tatagara situation behind him. As well it should be, this is a great day for all of us.
Whose voices are these?
Oh, there was these two old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time.
I know their voices from somewhere.
Wait, the part where the gun goes off is right after this.
The
president thrusts his fist into the air as the excitement reaches fever pitch.
The battle against the evil rages on. Here, today, I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer of justice.
What the?
Mrs. Lloyd, hey, a recording of the president's speech. 2 gunshots can clearly be heard. So, 2 shots were fired.
Yep, and tell us something. Tell us something?
Something very important indeed. It allows us to deduce the trajectory of one of our bullets. One of the 2 shots fired, one hit the president, which means the other must have passed through the both flags and the balloon in that order, which, as you can see, allows us to deduce the position of our shooter. The only possible place from which a bullet could have been fired through the flag and into the balloon is...
Acá, por el lado derecho.
Traveling between the flags and the balloon, give us the trajectory of one of our bullets and places our shooter on the left-hand side of the spectator area. Bullet trajectory. Extrapolation from bullet trajectory suggests that the 2 shots were fired from the left side of the spectator area.
You're a genius, Mr. Edgewood.
Detective Gumshoe, I'll need to examine the left side of the spectator area.
Roger that, sir. So you need me to clear all those people out of the way, I guess?
I do. And what evidence remains to be found may already be deteriorating. So I'll need you to be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
Chief! Hey, I'm talking to you, Chief!
I suppose you mean me, Mrs. Lloyd.
I surely do. You gotta let me help out. This stuff's my forte. I'm the best voucher you ever did see. I'll pummel and push him up whenever you like.
A very kind offer, but I think a less hands-on approach might be preferable. Also, about this chief business, I'm nobody's chief.
Whatever you say, Mr. Edward, sir. Your wish is my command.
I somehow doubt that.
Here you go, sir. It's all ready for you.
Oigan, ¿ese no es Pain? Si hace esto, o se pone... Ese definitivamente tiene que ser Pain.
Mrs. Lloyd, you cleared everybody out just like that. You should have seen it.
Oh,
Oh, you ain't seen nothing. The chief, my other chief, that is, she sends him running twice as quick.
sounds like quite a formidable character. Perhaps I should go easier on that poor girl. Thank you, but you really shouldn't have. All the running around. Your clothes are covered in mud. Allow me to pay for the cleaning. It's the least I can do.
Huh? You mean my jacket? Oh, don't you we were under pretty little head about that. It's reversible. All you gotta do is switch it around and add exempt. No more dirt.
On the outside, perhaps, but you will still have something of a problem with the inside.
We're ready to get back to the investigation whenever you are, sir.
The crowd has trampled the entire area. We'll be lucky to find any traces of our shooter at all.
Yes, sir. All these flashing lights and clicking cameras. Why did you need pictures of the crowd anyhow? Stupid. Nosy news counts.
Well, it is a rather newsworthy event, Detective. Don't let them get to you.
But they're talking to taking your picture, sir, and mine. I never signed away my image rights, and neither did you. Wait there. I'll be right back.
He ran off before I could stop him. Now he's looking for whoever photographed him, and annoying people else in the process. If he ever find the news ways to surprise me.
You know you can check the information.
Ajá, ok. Esto es tutorial. A ver. Acá sí o sí te veo presentado.
I can't keep up with this Steel Samurai. All the spin-offs, the different versions.
Detective, this balloon is clearly based on the original first generation Steel Samurai. Anyone with even a passive familiarity with this show could know that.
Not me, sir. Sorry. They all got 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth.
As do all human beings. Detective,
Yeah, but humans don't have silver skin.
he's clearly not a man of culture.
The meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? La reunión está programada para justo después del discurso. Sí. El presidente nos quiere agradecer personalmente. Se le ve bastante agradecido de haber sido capaz de cargar con la situación de Yatacaras detrás de consigo.
I can't believe that they just handed me the chance to beg myself a real scoop.
So it was this article that brought you here today.
You bet it was. I've been prepping for days now. 2 whole days, in fact.
So a member of the media had to rely on the media to find about this event.
Hey, I'm still getting started in this here business. If you give me a little more to work with next time, maybe I'll be on the scene sooner.
He certainly doesn't lack for tenacity.
Hey, you never did pay me for this here vital evidence. Alright, let's get some basic downs first. Favorite food? Favorite drink?
Oh, it's gotta be tea. Mr. Edgeworth loves tea. Even has his own special blend at the office.
Well now. So our prosecutor likes to put on airs and graces.
Airs and graces? And why is the detective answering on my behalf?
You better, sir. There's nothing I don't know about you after all.
Oh, is that so? Tell me more.
What did you do, detective?
Hey, I've heard about this. How come it ain't stuck to your jacket or whatever?
Because that's not the custom.
It is too. All lawyers wear it. I done seen it. So, what's the story with yours?
No comment.
Guess this legal eagle's gotta make himself feel superior to us regular folks somehow.
I would like it to be on the record that I made no such comment. You say you attended today's ceremony in order to gather material for an article of some kind.
You bet I did. It ain't the kind of thing that happens every day.
And when did the ceremony begin?
Right after the rain stopped. We got lucky. It was raining all morning before that. Anyhow, the president's plane touched down right around 1:45. Well, a quarter to 2. And the speech started at 2 on the nose.
What about the shooting?
Must be maybe 20 after?
So 20 minutes after the ceremony began.
Yeah! Shots rang out! They ring through the air that all the moments before had been alive with cheers! Then, suddenly, the president fell to the floor, fell by an unknown assassin's bullet! It's 2:25 p.m. on March 25th, and I've been reporting to you live from the scene here at Guard Lake.
What was that all about?
Sorry, just making some voices note. Gotta get those ideas down the second they come into the old noggin, you know. And every day you get the report of the assassination of a president, after all. It's dramatic, it's emotional. That's everything I need to write an article that puts the reader right there on the scene.
Did the president really drop to the floor?
Officers on the scene say his bodyguards escorted him straight into the presidential plane.
Hey, y'all can't blame me for getting a little carried away now, can't ya?
About taking in testimony she gives with a good-sized pinch of salt.
Stop it! Calling me a reporter and all. It's kind of weird when somebody else says it. Still, tabloid, reporter at large. It's got kind of a ring to it, don't you think?
But you are a reporter, correct?
Sure am. A reporter in training.
Have you even had any articles published?
Easy to look up my work, huh? Well, that might be tricky.
Yet, you call yourself a reporter nonetheless.
Well, I soon will be, won't I? This right here is a big old scoop. No mistake about it. And I want the whole thing on tape. Didn't miss a second. And it's all thanks to my trusted mic and my ear-trusted tape machine. I'm about to set the journalistic world on fire, just like my mentor before me.
Hey,
You know the Chief Ruffles? My mentor? My inspiration?
no, but you have mentioned her repeatedly.
Did I? I can't rightly say I remember.
What kind of reporter forgets a thing like that?
Well, it's just like the Chiefs always says. You gotta treat information as irresponsibly as you can.
What kind of man says that?
Oh, you should have heard the day she gave me this here tape machine. You be sure and back yourself to just as sleazy as the scoops you can now, you hear?
Wonderful. So you're the kind of reporter who sees fire under even the faintest trace of the smoke.
Nah, I'm the kind of reporter who puffs on the fire till the smoke about chokes you.
How is it that any better?
Oh. Well, this is quite a situation. What did you say, Mr. Edgewood?
Who is he again?
It's Pain, Mr. Edgewood. Winston Pain. Sí es Pain, huevón. We work together at the prosecutor's office.
He's a prosecutor.
¡La madre que lo reconoce! En la oficina.
What brings you here today, Mr. Payne?
What indeed? Why, on the invitation of the chief prosecutor himself.
His voice, I recognize it from the tape recording. Was he one of the men who was standing in front of Mrs. Lloyd? And where is the chief prosecutor?
He had to leave, I'm afraid. He's a businessman. I let him, and only him, out through the corner.
So he had me summoned on short notice, and then left before I even showed up. Rude. The television truck appears to be stuck in the mud.
Reminds me of the time I pushed your car out of that ditch, sir.
Did you just...
Drove away and left me there. Got a bit. It felt kinda lonely.
Did I do that? I think I might have.
You came back now, Mr. Edgewood. Only left me there in the mud for maybe 15 minutes. I know you'll never forget about me, sir.
Of course I wouldn't. Probably those 15 minutes anyway. You're with one of the news channels. Yep, can I help you? You must have footage of the event. Do you mind if I take a look? Wish I could help you, but that might be a little tricky.
Why is that, huh, Paul? You got a problem with doing your civic duty or something?
No, it's just that my camera was knocked over in all the panic. And now I can't get it to work.
Photo would have helped immensely.
Yeah, it's just our luck.
What the?
You look like you need a little help, Mr. Edgewood.
I know that voice.
Hey! ¡Hey! ¡Qué Faraday! En una se presentó. Honestly, I left you alone for 2 seconds, but don't worry, your hero's here to save the day. That's right, the one, the only, Kay Faraday.
Hero. Only you would give yourself a title like that. So you're not a great thief anymore?
Not right now, but it's not like I quit. I'm just on sabbatical. I'm taking time out for some intensive training. Being the second Yatagaras doesn't come easy.
He helped me out on a few occasions about 2 weeks ago when I was working on a case.
Oh, así que esto sucede 2 semanas después de lo del contrabando. Válgame Dios.
The case of the Yatagaras, a mysterious thief who seemed to appear and disappear at will, and who claimed only to steal the truth. He called himself the second Yatagaras, the successor to the so-called Great Thief.
There's no lock I can't open or a trap I can't escape. And when it comes to stealing, well, I'm still in training, but I'll get there soon enough.
What are you doing here, Kay?
What do you think I'm doing? I've been enjoying the festivities, of course.
I suppose she mentioned being fond of such things.
And afterwards, I was thinking of dropping by your office to see your guys, but now I don't have to.
Good to see you, kiddo. You're as bright and breezy as ever.
Hey, Gabby! What do you mean? You're looking pretty full of beans yourself.
So, Kay, are you really here to save the day?
I'm here. Remember your job to hit the floor. Your best ball in the world here on the wind and the picture of the whole shebang.
You now? Then you better show them. Show them to me.
Wow, your job didn't even drop an inch. That's a girl got to do impress you, huh? I know, right? Mr. Prosecutor seems about as much fun as a tank today. But they were allowed to call him Chief. But I'm forgetting my manners. Tabby Light, Ace Reporter, at your service. Nice to meet you, Tabby. And you're right, he's not fun at all. This one time he...
You two can chat later. Hey, can I see those pictures?
Fine. Here. I took this one right when the gun went up. It's total chaos. You were running everywhere.
President and his two bodyguards. What's that? Thank you indeed, Kay. I think you provide us with a vital clue.
Your eyes just lit up like a pair of dang Christmas trees. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how to tell the readers what you've spotted?
A contradiction.
What now? I don't say nothing strange.
Allow me to show you. This picture shows the moment of the incident, but another piece of evidence shows something different. I need to highlight the point of contradiction, and then employ my power of deductions. First, find a contradiction in the photograph. Yes, this is it. I'll simply press this button to make my deduction. Now, to present the evidence to prove the contradiction.
Claro, tiene que ser el ángulo. ¿No es por el ángulo? Espérate. La imagen.
Look closely at the picture of the president in this newspaper clipping, if you would, Mrs. Love. Now look at Kate's photograph. Compare the two carefully.
What am I looking for here? Well, I'll be.
Indeed, there's something on the president's forehead. Something that wasn't there in the other picture.
What is that?
What's that? Some kind of birthmark.
No es herida de bala, coño.
Yeah, that's got a big red birthmark right in the middle of his forehead.
I hardly doubt the birthmark just sprang up there since the other picture was taken.
You can get beaten by the bug, then maybe.
Yeah, that's it. That's right, there's a big old bug bite. And here I thought it was something important. The look on your face.
You should know that the road of the truth. is paved with just such seemingly trivial details.
Oh, again with that face. Alright, alright. Duly no, Chief.
Ace photograph. A photograph of the president at the exact moment the incident occurred. ¿La cara de Mensa? Ah, no, la marca. Creí que era marca de bala, pero no. En fin. No voy a deducir todavía. O ya puedo unir estas huevadas. ¿Será? Probablemente. Supongo que para ver si es una marca de nacimiento o es una herida de bala. O para incluso indicar que el presidente no era el objetivo. Fíjense, primero voy a hablar con Kay.
Edgeworth. You like my big entrance? I really am your hero now, huh?
Well, your evidence helped things along, certainly.
I'm the second Yutagaras, remember? Only the day's work. And I wish I could show up. Tell you how far I've really...
¿Cómo está mi buen Gamer? Buenas noches, bienvenido, ¿cómo estás? Espero que te encuentres muy bien y que te pongas a charlar con nosotros acerca de los empates del día de hoy. España, ¿cómo que empata 0-0 contra Cabo Verde? ¿Cómo? O sea, gracias Virgen Santísima y gracias al Señor Todopoderoso, el que me guía desde arriba, que yo no le doy a las apuestas, porque si no, hijo de su madre. ¿Cuántos habrán perdido por haber apostado por España? ¿Qué me cuentas si ves?
I wish I could show you how far I've really come with the whole great deep things. So.
But where did you mention about that?
Don't worry, I haven't sold anything yet, I promise. So the whole great deep things is just on hold, for now anyway.
That's a relief, I suppose.
¿Qué? ¿Hay algo? Todavía no, mi buen Given. Si quieres me pasas la URL. Puede que lo haga después de que me diga un continuador o que acabe el caso. Lo que suceda primero.
Yeah, I wanted to get out of there and start stealing back the truth like my dad. But I've still got a ways to do with my training, and I need to find some partners in crime.
Gracias.
I hope she means that figuratively.
I can't be the only girl in the world looking to pull off the most daring heist ever attempt.
Oof, but not many people are looking to pull off a career in larceny either. I'll wagger.
Yep, no doubt about it. Did you compare the pic I took to the newspaper clipping? The red birthmarks stand out like a sore thumb. That's a contradiction, alright.
Indeed. Though I very much doubt if it's due to a birthmark suddenly appearing.
Oh, that reminds me. I might have to steal that line of yours. The road to the truth is paved with seemingly trivial depths.
Honey, I don't remember that being the exact sequence of words I used.
I just brought my house when you can rearrange the furniture too.
We call it rearranging, but I call it irretrievably corrupting.
Ok, alguna que otra prueba. Solo por si acaso.
That's a cool badge. Very severe.
They should be. After all, its evil is both the sanctity and the strictness of the law.
Yeah, well, my badge symbolizes love, justice, peace, courage, study, and compassion.
And what about your beloved truth?
Silver is great and all, but everybody knows it's all about the Jerry Ninja these days. Running around in old time in Japan, having amazing adventures, singing school songs. It's the best.
Gracias por la racha de visualizaciones, Gabo.
Is he the one who isn't even an actual ninja?
Ask him. He used the power of his amazing ninja songs to become a superstar. Maybe I should give it a try. Singing Div. What do you think?
A singing div will be arrested in a heartbeat, which is a good reason not to stop her, I suppose.
Albert that. Wait, I know what it is. Some prankster must have snuck up while he was asleep again.
So you're saying that this picture is irrelevant, that it's worthless as a piece of evidence?
Hey, it's anything but worthless. After I took it, and taking things is what I do best.
Ok. Creo que ya le dije todo. A ver, Gamshu. A ver, a ti.
That thing's pretty small. You don't lose it all the time.
The circuit symbol of my office. No, detective, I do not.
Guess it's a good thing I'm not prosecutor, huh? I've lost 100 this week alone. I mean, I lose my badge at least that often.
That's quite a talent. This wooden sign looks almost brand new. I imagine it was placed here recently.
What do you say? 50 yards to the Garden Museum and 70 yards to the... never mind.
What's the matter, detective? Just read it, will you?
70 yards to the boathouse.
Feels like a million years since that whole story appeared on told. Fond memories, detective.
Yeah, fun memory, sir.
¡El logro! Ah, claro, como esto es el déjà vu al caso de Gianni Yogi. Justamente no quería leerlo porque hacía referencia al alquiler de botes, donde justamente Gianni Yogi hizo todo el complot. Y aquí salió el logro. Ya no hay logro especial acá. Entonces, yo creo que ya podemos hilar las pruebas. O bueno, más que pruebas diría que las ideas que tiene, las deducciones. Como digo, lo más probable es que esto tengamos que conectar. ¿Y no? Ok. Creí que de esta manera podríamos indicar que el objetivo nunca fue el presidente. A ver, tenemos un bote de basura.
You even gonna pick through the trash yourself? A prosecutor's life ain't easy, huh?
Detective Gumshoe.
Right away, sir.
El temón.
The faithful detective scrambles through the garbage as the prosecutor looks on, his hands unblemished.
Let's see now. Come to Papa, little treasures.
Is he enjoying himself?
Bingo! A popsicle stick! Get all of the jokes they put on this.
Detective!
Sorry, sir. Relevant evidence. Relevant evidence. Huh? I think we got something.
Good work, detective. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Examining a piece of evidence from all angles, we can uncover hidden details.
We sure can. Just tell me which way you want it, sir.
Oh, haha. This is a document of some kind.
What are we looking at here? Presidential security plan.
Let's lead Brook, second night. We're positioned in light of Knight's injury. Let's cover for Lakeside now. Eyes on this area. Knight to immediately escort President to plane in case of emergency. very frustrated. You know who might be in the audience?
It's a diagram of the president's security arrangements.
It shows how the president's bodyguards were positioned.
It even has his people's names on it. Rook, and Knight.
Mira, la apariencia de su cabeza.
They must be the two from the photo.
So these bodyguards are natives of Sengfa.
I hear he used some private security firm.
But why not employ people from his own country?
I know why not. You all wanna hear a little tabloid exclusive?
Really know something?
Here I do. I was over there ever since not so long back, sniffing out that story. While I'm here, while I'm there, one of my socials tells me that the president's got more enemies than you got hairs on your head, including a bunch of bigwigs in the National Police Force.
Interesting. So he's unable to trust his own domestic law enforcement. I wonder if one of these enemies could have been behind the attempt of his life. Security plan. A diagram of the president's security arrangements, almost entirely classified.
But what was he doing dumped during that bag?
There's an interesting point. It's a document related to a matter of national security. It would surely be highly classified.
There's something else in here.
My man!
What's the gun doing in there? Sir, this bag, it can be looked at the...
Yes, it could well have been disposed by a would-be assassin. Revolver. It would have taken a lot of nerves to dump it here amid at the chaos. Big shot revolver, found in the trash can. Not easy to acquire in this country. It is be the work of a professional.
That would explain the security plan too.
I think we need to take a very close look at our latest find. Who spent bullets in the cylinder? Imagine the 2 gunshots here to the recording.
That proves it. This must be the weapon that was used.
This is a laser sight.
It can be lined up with the target to make aiming a bit easier.
If I press this
here... Yep, definitely a red laser.
The assassin have used a laser sight to target the president.
Y ahí está la marca. No es una marca de nacimiento.
And why does it remind me of something? I think it's time to go over the information we've collected so far. Revolver. Found in the trash can on the left side of the spectator area. Fitting with a laser sight. 2 spent bullets.
That book was a real find, huh? This goes to show a bug in the hands is worth 2 in the trash.
Nice work, detective. Now, there's something else I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. I need you to take the bag and the guns to forensics and see if they can find any prints.
On it, sir.
Good set of fingerprints would really help this investigation a lot.
Got the result for you, sir.
That was quick!
You really was. So the texting was ultra super high priority, but it came up empty.
And they checked everywhere.
Inside and outside, top to bottom, sir. They even took the bullets out of the gun and dusted them.
You have known it wouldn't be that easy.
Ahora sí. Es esto y esto.
I have solved the mystery of the birthmark.
Really? So it wasn't about bite?
No. What we're dealing with isn't something that would itch for a day and then disappear. It is, in fact, the beam of a laser sight. Then, our killer
was able to shoot the president square in the forehead.
And shortly after this picture was taken, A second shot rang out.
Yeah, that's gonna do more damage.
Indeed, I fear the president may be in even more danger than we thought. And that the gun we found was the weapon used in the crime. Revolver. Used in the attempt.
Why would the perp use a laser sight though?
That's right. You would stand out like crazy using something like that. Pew pew pew. It's not like you can just go around shooting lasers all over the place.
No, anyone who saw it could trace it right back to the shooter.
Seems like a pretty bad idea all around.
Oh, I almost forgot. I took a couple more pictures. There are laser sights in one of them.
It's a long shot, but it's worth a look, at least. Alright, Kate, let's see these other pictures.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Let's see. First up, here's one I took just before everything started going south.
Oh! It might be more useful to us if half the frame wasn't taken up with your face. Pero, espérate, no puedo ocultar, ¿verdad? No.
Hey, can you blame me for wanting to get a selfie with the president? Lucky for you, this was right before the gun went off. And this one I showed you before is from just after the first shot was fired. The second shot just came out just seconds after this. And there's...
What's this? I can hardly see anything. Let's see this. Yeah.
I got knocked over when everyone started running right after the last picture. Guess I must press the shutter by accident.
Not sure this one's gonna be much use, Kate.
And that's all of them.
The photography is the key. 3 photographs taken before, during, and after the shooting. I had to take a closer look. Examine the picture from. Is there any kind of the laser sight here in this picture? There! I see it!
What is it, sir?
Look closely at the person with the red hood.
Wow, there it is!
Indeed, that's our laser sight right there.
Algo me dice que la periodista es la del atentado. Después de todo, la grabación de los dos señores, que justamente era un viejo y... ¿Cómo se llamaba? Payne sale ahí. Y ella lo dijo. Eran los señores que estaban delante mío. ¿Quién más podría estar ahí?
Indeed, that's our laser sight right there.
So that's our perp. This one in the red hood must be
A shooter, yes.
We found them, and all thanks to yours truly.
Indeed, he led us right to the greatest treasure of all, Miss Great Dave, the truth. You may have captured a would-be assassin in one of their other pictures too. Let's take another look. Our red hooded suspect could be in another of these photographs from after the shooting. Is the person with the red hood here somewhere?
Look! Right there!
Red jacket. That must be our suspect. Looks like they took advantage of the confusion to make their getaway. Luckily, we can see exactly where they were headed.
Huh? The summer ducks then!
Precisely, which means they escaped towards the right-hand side of the spectator area. Detective Gumshoe!
on it, sir. Consider it clear.
Good, I'm counting on you. O tal vez no.
Sí.
You now, my little Red Riding Hood. The entire park is called off, and we know which way you went. Now it's simply a matter of hunting you down.
Es que desde el babo ya puedo ver la parte roja de esa.
Let us continue our investigation.
Y adivinen quién estaba de ese lado cuando nosotros arribamos. ¿Se acuerdan quién estaba ahí? ¿Se acuerdan? Ya, ella es. Yo ya no voy a esperar a otro personaje más. Ella es la del atentado.
Let us continue our investigation.
There's evidence here somewhere. All we have to do is find it.
Value advertising the rifle rank has fallen over. It must have been knocked down in the crash. It's covered in footprints too. The crowd must have really panicked.
Nowhere I can buy one of them.
How would you wish to? Don't tell me you're thick of riding gumshoe or that I'm wearing it on your back.
What? How do you guess? Are you on my radar, sir? Is that it?
It was a joke, but I should know that nothing's impossible when it comes to the good detective. It must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. What's this?
A red bottom. Do you think?
Red bottom. Since it was torn off of something. Down near the samurai dog stand.
They have been dropped by a red-hooded suspect. Yes, it certainly seems likely. There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, can you see what that is under the tent, please?
There's something down here. Alright, let's see.
A red raincoat. This must be
The one the suspect was wearing.
They must have taken it off and hidden it under there before they made it their escape. Red raincoat. Seemingly discarded by the person in the red hood. Found under the samurai dog stand. It says samurai dogs. Now with Sakura relish. Relish. Just in time for spring.
Sakura, what does that taste like?
Well, Sakura is cherry blossom. Well, I guess maybe cherries?
The blossoms are blossoms and cherries are cherries, sir. They're totally different, sir.
But you're right, I suppose. So what does Sakura really taste?
So what does the Sakura really taste like? Is it my kind of misery?
It's a flimsy-looking food stand made by plywood, and it sells samurai dogs.
Hey, Mr. Edward, I got $1.50, if you know.
You're not actually suggesting I'm subsiding you eating on the job.
Oh, I didn't mean to. That is, maybe when we're done.
Fine. When we have finished investigating, you can have one, and only one. Understood?
Sorry, sir, I never should have. Wait, do you say I could have one?
Yes. Why? Is something the matter?
No, we just... I wasn't expecting you to... thanks, sir.
Ya parece que terminé con las pistas. El momento de atar los hilos.
Leaf. It's inside out. The bottom is missing too.
Y creo que ahora sí ya terminamos. Ah, no, pero parece que no. Aquí está el botón. There's nothing unusual about the left sleeve.
Nope, it's not inside out and the bottom is still attached.
Seems entirely too neat to have been removed in a hurry and thrown on the ground. Ahora sí está todo checado. Así que... ¡Winner!
The bottom we found seems to have come from this raincoat. It must have been pulled loose when the killer took it off. The right sleeves inside out too.
It seems it was removed in a hurry, fast enough to tear a bottom off, no less. Our assassin disposed of their gun and bag in the trash immediately after shooting at the president. They then slipped into the panicked crowd and moved from the left to the right side of the spectator area. This was because they knew the trajectory of the bullet would point to a shooter on the left side. Finally, they removed the raincoat and hid it under the samurai dog stand. The killer would have needed to get rid of the coat as soon as possible, hence it hurried removal. The fact that the right sleeve is inside out is a testament to how quickly it was taken off.
Yep, that and the missing bottom.
The question, of course, is, why did the same thing happen to the left sleeve?
Oh yeah, only the right sleeve is inside out.
Indeed, and the bottom of the left sleeve is still securely attached.
So, what does this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
If we're to answer that question, Detective, we'll need to inspect the raincoat in more detail. Let's take a closer look at the inside of the raincoat.
Detective Kamshu! Yes, sir!
Oh, sangre. This bloodstain. And considering where it's located, it's said the blood belongs to our would-be assassin.
So we're looking for someone with an injury?
Not just any injury, Detective. An injury on their left arm.
How do we know that?
It's simple. The right sleeve is inside out, suggesting that the suspect removed the raincoat in a hurry. Conversely, the left sleeve is just as we would expect it to be. Therefore, the suspect's left arm was never in the sleeve in the first place. And once we understand that, everything else falls into place. Now, Detective, there is a blood stain on the left side lining on the raincoat because
the suspect's arm was too injured to fix through the sleeve.
Precisely, or at least, we can say that there is a good probability that was the case. Red raincoat. There's blood on the inside. The person who was wearing it must have an injured left. Ok, una herida en el brazo izquierdo. The pieces are starting to fall into places. Detective Gumshoe, I need you to go and search the crowd for likely suspects.
Yes, sir.
Suspicious character with injured left arms. Coming right up.
Coming right up.
Hey, smart did you look, Ruffles? Taking all them itty-bitty pieces and put them together like that, you have your man in no time. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you.
Frog is still cordoned off, so our would-be assassin should be in that crowd somewhere. Don't let me down, Detective Gumshoe. $13.27.
Mr. Edgeworth, we found someone who fits the bill perfectly, sir.
Where did the assassin got me?
Hold on, Kay.
Hold on, Kay. It's a little soon to be jumping to conclusions. For the moment, there's a person of interest and nothing more. Understood?
Okay, no jumping.
But he's our shooter, sir. I'm sure of it. He's the guy who tried to take out the president.
In broad daylight, surrounded by a crowd of witnesses, this is no ordinary assassin. Bring him over here, Detective. Carefully.
Yes, sir. Come on, boys. You heard Mr. Edgeworth.
Shelly the Killer. Wait.
No umbrella, and the bandage of his left arm.
Well, Paul, state your name already.
Do. John Do. Charm, I'm sure.
Otra vez está usando el fulano de tal. Y su helado también tiene el mismo aspecto. Joder.
John Do. Another name you often hear in real life. That's correct. I know this man from somewhere. I'm sure of it.
La concha, Edgeworth. La concha. Mira, está en tu puta cara. ¿Recuerdan cómo la recriminó a Adrian por no mostrar la carta? Por la concha. Por esa concha es que se desató todo un desmadre en el último caso de Justice for All. Porque sabía que estaba involucrado Shelly the Killer. Edgeworth, la concha de Shelly the Killer. Y Xbox haciéndose la de emoción a medio mundo en el caso. Es que yo no puedo. Oye, Eivor, no sé cuánto te vayas a demorar, pero no me vengas con que no vas a reconocer la concha. O bueno, la caracola, pues. La concha de tu madre.
And you are prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name? Of course. I have been following the day's developments with some interest. Now, perhaps you care to explain why you've asked to speak with me. As you've been following our investigation, you're no doubt already aware of who we're looking for.
De hecho, Gabo, ya habías escrito bien, Edgeworth. A menos de que hayas querido escribirlo mal adrede.
So let me ask you, do you recognize this raincoat by any chance? Forgive me, but I'm afraid I do not. See, well, I believe its owner to be would-be assassin we are seeking. My. Well, isn't that just shocking? This same would-be assassin happens to have an injured left arm. Just like you. All I can tell you is that I had nothing to do with this unfortunate affair.
The two mercenaries stare each other down. There's eyes like deadly lasers. Care to tell the readers what happens next?
A shadow, that's what. A battle of wits, a battle of words.
Oye, para hacer la primera parte de este episodio, está larguito, ¿eh?
I'll let him explain further what he thinks his battle will entertain.
A ver,
In a battle of wits, you never know if or when the other guy might be lying or just plain mistake. But if you spot an inconsistency in it,
es lo de el debate, ok. Vamos. La segunda vez que intervenimos a Shelly the Killer.
Deuce the position. I can understand why whoever wore the raincoat would be of interest to you. But you have no proof that this person is injured as you claim. My left arm may be injured, but I can still use my right. When it started raining, I simply opened my umbrella. No raincoat required.
But you contend that you were not wearing a raincoat. Is that correct?
It is. And is that so strange? Not everyone wears one, after all. I happen to prefer an umbrella.
Your raincoat over here, they're perfect for when a girl really needs to move. I don't use neither. Rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty parka every time.
Not exactly the line of inquiry I was hoping to pursue. So you see, I am not your would-be killer. And I am not in the habit of making baseless accusations, Mr. Do. Please, I am just a simple ice cream seller. Forgive me, my wound seems to have begun bleeding again in all the excitement. The owner of the raincoat is definitely our assassin. And said owner also has an injured left arm. I'm on to you, Mr. Do. It's only a matter of time.
Yo creo que de frente vamos a protestar.
You seem like a careful man, Mr. Do, but not quite careful enough. After all, you left something behind. Something of vital importance. I'm afraid you must have me confused with somebody else. The coat does not belong to me. Or, you claim to have some kind of proof to support your accusation. Your arm isn't troubling you too much, I hope. The wound seems to be bleeding again. I will survive. Although I can't pretend it's not something of an inconvenience. You have my deepest sympathies, because if it wasn't bleeding quite so badly, you could have perhaps made a clean getaway. What exactly are you insinuating? As we have already established, whoever wore the raincoat isn't yours. And now I can prove that person was you. With this is a piece of evidence.
El helado.
You see, Mr. Do, there is a small amount of blood on the inside of this raincoat. Blood that belongs to our assassin!
El heladito.
Attempted murder of a parade leader, causing a diplomatic incident. They'll throw the book at you.
You can give us the silent treatment all you like, but we don't need you to talk. A simple blood test will give us the answer we require. All it takes is for us to compare the blood on your bandages with that on the coat, and that will be that. We have the evidence. Why don't you make it easier on all of us and come clean? Admit that you were the one who attempted to assassinate the president of Sengfa.
Yo creo que no, Edgeworth. Será sicario, pero creo que este desgraciado no es tu objetivo.
I am not your assassin. You're stubborn, I'll give you that. But if this were a game of chess, you would already be in checkmate. Now do the honorable thing and admit defeat. He doesn't look like a man with no moves left to play. Very well, you have me. I'll admit it. I was wearing the raincoat.
He confessed. Say the word, and I will slap the cops on him right now.
But I did not shoot at the president.
What the?
Mr. H, the only thing you have proven is that I was wearing a particular raincoat. As far as I am aware, that is not a crime.
Ah. Ahí va el problema.
I am no assassin. I'm a simple ice cream seller. One who happened to be wearing a red raincoat while watching the president speak. I was as surprised as anyone when his bodyguard sprang into action and the shots rang out. That's when the spectators panicked and started running and screaming for their lives. Now, are you finally satisfied that I am telling the truth?
As if your story stinks. You You don't scare me. The David is on our side, you know. Look, it's right there. Plain as day. It's something, and they're wearing a red raincoat.
That is not me.
Ah, come on.
Tell me, Mr. H. Do you really think I was the only one in the entire park wearing a red raincoat today? I do, actually. But then why? Why does he seem so sure of himself? Why a raincoat? Why were you not using an umbrella? Is that so strange? It was a rainy morning. Most people were wearing a jacket of some kind. Well, I would say it's a pretty strange choice considering you couldn't get one of your arms into it. Rather than that had one of my hands occupied by an umbrella. I had ice cream to serve after all. Then why go to such lengths to avoid testifying to that effect in the first place? Forgive. I simply hadn't remembered until now. It's been an eventful day after all. Eventful? Well, I hardly know what else to call it, Mr. Hitchwood. The president of Sengpa was shot at.
Ay, me está dando sueño, muchachos. No sé, creo que... sí.
Aunque no haya continuará, lo voy a dejar hasta acá. So you saw the bodyguards move before you heard the gunshots? Yes, if I recall correctly, they moved first. At least, the one on the left did. You're rather observant, Mr. Du. I am blessed with an eye. The names of the bodyguards were written in top left corner to the security plan. And the one on the left was Root. Correct. Bastian Root, I believe. I expect he noticed the light from the laser side. Man, he's no amateur. Mr. Du knows a little too much about the business of being a bodyguard for my liking. I would say our friend here is no amateur either. I would like you to append what you just said to your testimony if you don't mind. As you wish. Bodyguard on the left, Bastian Root was it? Was especially quick to respond. I suspected. You are more than what you claim to be, Mr. Du. You overestimated me, Mr. H. Oh, then tell me how a simple ice cream seller knows one of the presidential bodyguard's name. What? With just Shirley. You were the one who spoke their names aloud. Rook and Knight, was it?
Él no mencionó a Knight.
We only know those names thanks to the security plan. But look closely, only their surnames appear. As we already clearly heard you say the name Bastian Root. How did you come to possess such information? Information we ourselves didn't have.
Seems pretty darn suspicious to me.
Well, how do you know? Explain yourself. It was merely a slip of the tongue.
I'm not gonna lie. He is the assassin, just like we said.
Come now, miss. It's a little soon to be jumping to such conclusions. I didn't know their names, yes. And the reason for that is... Well, I know Mr. Root. He and I are acquainted. But we have something of a connection. He's a name I could never forget.
You think we're stupid, Paul? Stop lying!
I am not lying. I am, as I have always been, simple ice cream seller. And an acquaintance of best and rude. Yes.
I suppose Mr. Rugg will confirm that. It should be easy enough for him to remember his good friend, the Slipper Ice Cream Seller, correct?
Please, you're more than welcome to ask him. Although I think it might be difficult right now. I would imagine he's rather busy ensuring the president's safety. I suppose you are able to speak with him. And he does deny that he and I are acquainted. How will that help you prove I was the shooter?
You weren't the shooter. Why take off your raincoat?
Because it was no longer raining. In fact, it had grown quite warm. Better to let my wand breathe, no? Or would you rather I had let it fester?
He actually won't worm his way out. This.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgewood? I'm arrested. An arrested man. He's clearly guilty. If I were you, you will be in jail already.
You might be willing to arrest a man without sufficient proof, but I'm not.
No, don't move, Mr. Edgewood. There's got to be something you can do. Check the thing here, as the culprit seems all but certain to escape justice.
In the card, the public opinion has spoken. Very well. I will clearly be viewed with suspicion no matter what I say. I might as well share what I know.
What you know?
What's his angle here? I saw them. I saw another person with a red hood.
Are you kidding?
It's the person you captured in your photograph. I first noticed them just before the president's speech began. It was still raining then.
Ahora sí ya no me queda bien claro. ¿Es la reportera o Shelly the Killer? Porque fácil podría ser Shelly, pero por el mismo hecho de que este es un sicario, pero de los pros, este no se va a ir acá así nomás.
Their outfit was the same color as my own, which is what drew my attention. As did the laser beam that it was aimed directly at the president's head.
Claiming there was another Red Hood person. It was terrible.
I noticed anyone saw me dressed similar to this individual. I would fall under suspicion myself. And so naturally, I removed my raincoat.
Not only did you see the assassin, but they were wearing exactly the same thing as you.
How very convenient. I had thought you might find it far-fetched, hence my not mentioning it until now. I know you law enforcement people are very skeptical sometimes. You would never have believed me, especially not if I had said that the shooter was standing right next to a center for security.
Well, I know you don't mean me. I wasn't even summoned until after the shooting.
I'm not you, Mr. H. Your colleague of it.
Yes?
Yes, the photograph will prove it, I am sure. You see, right there, in front of the person with the red hood.
That's me, yes, but... what exactly are you saying?
What is endgame here? As I mentioned, I have been following your investigation with some interest, Mr. H. And while pondering the details, I noticed something strange.
Rich, what exactly?
Calm down. A man of your talents should be more than capable of spotting a contradiction such as this.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
The picture shows the prosecutor, Mr. Payne, and the shooter. There's nothing weird about that, is there?
Think carefully. The picture was taken right in the middle of the president's speech. The other pieces of evidence you've gathered consistent with what we see here. What is Mr. Doom talking about? Which piece of evidence is inconsistent with that in the picture? ¿Cuál será aquella prueba? Y está Pain. Allí el asesino. Un momento. La capucha. No, pero la capucha es justamente por el lodo que ya tenía después de haber sido guardado. ¿Será esto? No. ¿No será que por toda la gente no le daría tiempo para guardar el arma? Espérate. Creo que lo estoy sobrepensando demasiado. ¿En serio de hecho esa prueba? ¡Esto! Of course, that tape contradicts the photograph.
Ah, so you have noted us at last. What's going on about, Miss Ashworth?
Someone's missing. Someone who should be here.
What, who?
La reportera, por la que yo sospeché al principio.
Indeed.
The person who is missing from this photograph is Abby Lloyd.
Huh?
Miss Lloyd?
How do you figure that?
Mr. Payne's voice can clearly be heard on Miss Lloyd's tape, considering that he was conducting a private conversation with the chief prosecutor.
Oh, I was there's these two old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other to hold their darn time.
It must have been clear close indeed to capture it on tape.
You're right, but she's not in the picture.
Precisely. Well, Mr. Edward, do you still believe that you have been hounded the right person? Miss Lloyd, would you mind answering a few questions?
What? You are fixing to put me under the microscope now? Alright, sure. Knock yourselves out. I got nothing to hide.
Ooh.
Like I was standing still the whole time. Nah, I was running all over, broken reporter style, and there was a big old crowd. Because the picture was being taken while I was in the one spot, and taped from when I was in another. But with me, the evil eye, ain't nothing but a misunderstanding.
No doubt about the poses on tape. That was Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. I'm certain of it.
I wouldn't lie to us. I know she wouldn't. If she did, that would mean...
Then she's our perp.
Why don't you quit messing with me? As if I could have done a thing like that. Little old me.
Might be inclined to believe you. Your testimony didn't contain a glaring inconsistency.
I thought it was pretty good.
I have no choice but to present her with the evidence and expose the contradiction. A ver. No es como si hubiese estado ahí todo el tiempo. No, estaba corriendo aquí para allá, haciendo mi rol de... Espera. So the fact that you are not in the picture is to be expected. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
It surely is. How you posed the prosecutors on tape while I was in one part of the crowd, and then that picture was snapped while I was of someplace else. Look at it that way, and it all makes perfect sense.
You're certain. Then, is that the picture and your recording were taken at different points in the speech?
Yep. I mean everything. You learn what's soon enough in this line of work.
If I can prove that the two things did happen at the same time, your entire defense will come tumbling down. Es que lo más probable es que sea la cinta, la prueba. Espérate un momento. Rook represents the light of knight's injury. En la herida de caballero. O bueno, de alfil. Bueno, no, caballo. Es la grabación, es que es muy claro por las voces. Miss Lloyd, it's imperative for a reporter not to lie. Wouldn't you say?
You're dang right it is, and it's not.
And yet, the photograph and the recording were definitely taken at the same time.
What? You can't prove that.
Oh, but you can. The evidence is right here in these pictures. This one in particular shows something that lines up precisely with when you were making your recording. What part of the picture indicates that it must be taken at the same time as Mrs. Lloyd's recording?
Esto de acá, me imagino. Justamente cuando alza.
See here? President has his fist raised.
And what about it?
Will you be so kind as to play us the tape again?
Now I see. It ain't that simple.
What if I were to tell you what you don't have a choice?
You don't make it easy, do ya, Ruffles?
Remember, we're concerned with the moment the president raised his fist.
Oh, criminal organization, no matter how big, it's above the law.
President thrust his fist into the air and excitement as the excitement reaches fever pitch.
There! That's the moment right there! Correct. We've now confirmed when it occurred in the recording.
Which means Harry should be in the picture too.
And she's right there for all to see. Or Miss Lloyd is in fact the person with the red hood.
What?
But you are our shooter, huh?
No, I don't even own a jacket like that.
That's right. From everything we know, the owner of the red raincoat is...
Ya, acá me tengo que... Acá, ¿cómo diría? Porque, mira, cuando dice la chaqueta esta, ¿se refiere al de la foto o a la que han agarrado ya como prueba? Esto es lo que no sé. O todo lo que sabemos. El dueño de la chaqueta roja es... Porque, mira, mi deducción es la siguiente. Esa chaqueta roja que vemos es lo que ella tiene por el dato que nos ha dicho de que es tan fácil como que invertir la chaqueta. Y ella tiene ese color, la chaqueta roja. En el caso de Shelly, de Killer, es tan fácil como decir, ¿sabes qué? Yo sé cómo va a terminar esta mierda, mejor me lo quito y pum. Pero, ¿y si no es ninguno? A ver, vamos a probar con John Doe. We have already proven that the raincoat belongs to Mr. Doe. You, Miss Lloyd, were wearing something else. Something that also happened to have a red hood.
So there were two people with red hoods all along?
Indeed. Mr. Doe's last statement was true.
Wait, we only found one raincoat. Where's the other one?
Our ice cream seller never mentioned that raincoat. Only a red hood. So tell us about your jacket again, Miss Lloyd.
This whole thing? Well, the best thing about it, like I said, is if you get mad and scratch on it, it's reversible, see? So you just turn it inside out there.
Just as I thought.
The inside of her hood, it's red.
That's right. And when the incident occurred, that's the side of the hood that was visible.
What's going on here? What were you really up to, huh, Paul?
Wait, I never even worn it that way around.
Perhaps you would allow us to examine it. We could confirm that for ourselves.
And you are gonna confirm that how exactly?
It was raining right up until the president's speech. Correct. That must have been established already.
And as you yourself said,
Heck, I don't use neither. Some rain, sleet, snow, or shine. It's my trusty parka every time.
you haven't reversed your parka since the raid. And the inside should be dry!
Wait a sec now. I got this big old backpack on, see, so I can't get off my jacket, yeah. But maybe I should show you all some other time.
You think an excuse that week is gonna wash with Mr. Edgeworth? Well, what are you waiting for? If you're innocent, take it off and show us!
It wasn't me, I swear. I never should have thanked President. I could never.
If that's true, Miss Lloyd, then your best option is to cooperate and tell us the truth. Is there a particular reason why you choose to wear a parka with a red hood here today?
Sorry, Ruffles. There's something I never told you. Something I couldn't. I'll complain, I promise. Just go easy on me now, you're here.
Who said that? Hold your ho. It's a little soon for the. A little hard for the end game. That goes for you too, Mr. Prosecutor. You lost this one moment you made your opening move. One of the men from K's photograph. Yes, I better introduce myself. My name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard and second in command of his security detail.
Who the think someplace else, Paul? What the heck's wrong with you?
Sorry, can't help myself. It's just too much fun. It's fun being this good. You're not a member of law enforcement, so how do you get a gun? These old girls on low from Senfa, temporarily issued to as presidential bodyguards. Anyway, never mind that. I got two tidbits of news for you. You want the good or the bad first? Choice is yours. I'm indifferent, whichever you prefer. Really, you're giving up the first move advantage. Just like that. Whatever, you're lost. Girl, that's how you push out the first pawn down. So you play a little chess, I take it. Oigan, gente, ya es muy tarde para mí y se me están cerrando los ojitos. Lo vamos a tener que dejar acá. Gracias por haberme sintonizado, pero hijo de su madre. Ni siquiera hubo un continuará como para darme un pequeño reposo. Y eso que mire, yo tenía planeado un continuará y hacer con ustedes el overlay para que vamos a utilizar para Evo. Y ya había preparado, pero es mejor que podamos adaptarlo con el código que ya tenemos en StreamerBot y HTML. Así que, muchachos, gracias por haberme sintonizado. Espero que se le hayan pasado bomba. Pero le tengo que cortar. Me están pesando los ojitos. Ya le continuaremos a esto. Y ya luego veremos quién es nuestro asesino. Y este tipo ya se nota claramente que está... Y también ha hecho algo tras bambalinas. Pero ahí lo dejo, muchachos. Gracias por su preferencia. Cuídense mucho. Besos, abrazos. Lávense las manos. Vayan con Dios. Hidrátense, ejercítense. Busquen la felicidad. Compartan con sus seres queridos. Y nunca dejen de aprender. Los dejo con Axel. A ver si le gano la rey. Hasta otra. Ya va afuera. Bye bye.